I just bought a Volkswagen Polo in 2025. But why? Well, there's a story behind this car's purchase, which happens to be a 1-liter TSI manual, August 2021 manufactured, done 48,000 kilometers, single owner, and I paid rupees 7.22 lakhs for it. The car's condition is very good, and to make it smell like new, I used the Involve Imperial car perfume. It radiates like a surround sound of a home theater and gives me an immersive experience. In short, it smells awesome and it does not leak at all. It's super easy to regulate, and you can get yours with a 10% discount using coupon code FASTBEAM. Click somewhere on the top right corner of the screen right now. And if you're impatient and want it in the next 10 minutes, you can do that as well by ordering it on Zepto. Click the link in the pinned comment right away. Remember the Baleno project car? It was fun, but unfortunately I had to abandon that project due to other commitments. I then was on the lookout for a Honda Civic in good condition, but almost all Honda Civics have tampered meters, so that also went out of the window. Tampered meters of Civics are super easy to verify because the Honda app shows when the car was last serviced, with the odometer in person being half of the kilometers what it shows in the app. Anyways, many of you might know I was doing a project car with my old second generation Swift diesel. After I decided on all the modifications, I realized that the Swift is not a safe car, and that spending more money than the value of the car makes no sense because the Swift diesel, being 14 years old, was worth around 2.5 lakh rupees, while the mods would cost around 4 to 5 lakh rupees. The maths wasn't mathing. Besides, a project car is mostly used at night for a joyride, so a diesel didn't make much sense. Also, the scope of performance improvements with the diesel are limited. Even though the condition of the Swift's engine was fab, the dyno test showing it produced 76 horsepower and 180 Newton meters of torque. Maybe because the engine came from Fiat and not Maruti. So, I decided to get a newer car because the Swift would need a green tag certificate next year, and an old modified car is like candy to the cops. There were just two options in my mind: a Honda City for its high revving engine and ease of maintenance, and a Volkswagen Polo for various reasons which I will detail later in the video. The City got rejected because the 4th gen is prone to rust, while the 5th gen was turning out to be too expensive and isn't as much fun as the older one. The Polo, on the other hand, wasn't easy to find in good condition as I had 4 big requirements. It should be under 4 years old, it should be a 1-liter TSI, it should be the top variant Highline Plus, and it should be a manual. Many people who bought the Polo got the automatic, and I have seen dime a dozen GT TSIs being driven by women because they have FOMO, fear of manual ownership. But I wanted JOMO, joy of manual ownership. I saw a lot of Polos. Firstly, this car's resale is just like that of a vintage car. People are asking way too much money for the Polo because there simply isn't anything quite like the Polo on sale currently. It's mostly bought by enthusiasts who know its value, and thus I found stock Polos being sold for more than the price VW sold it for a few years back. But most cars either had dents, scratches, or some or the other issue, as the Polo is prone to these 3 issues. ABS check light because of faulty ABS sensors used by Volkswagen. AC vents breaking due to poor quality and fragile AC vents used by Volkswagen. And power window malfunction due to cost cutting post localization. I have driven every Polo that was launched in India and for long duration, so I had a good idea of how a good condition car should be. And I was finally able to find a good condition Polo in Pune, hence the MH14 registration of this car. Since I bought this car from a used car platform, I did not have direct contact of the owner, but somehow I managed to get in touch. He's a follower and was super happy to know that I bought his car. He says that the car is in great condition. The only reason he sold it is because he bought a Mahindra Thar Rocks. Anyways, here are 7 reasons why I bought the Volkswagen Polo. The first and the most obvious reasons to buy the Polo, and one of the major reasons why I bought it, is the scope of modifications which are simply out of the world. Yeah, the modifications capability of this car are simply endless. The more you spend, the better it gets. You know why? Because a lot of GTI parts are available for this car. Remember, there's a 450 horsepower Polo that does 0 to 100 km per hour in 3.3 seconds. Here we go. And the owner spent rupees 65 lakhs on it. You can see the full video by clicking on the top right corner of the screen right now. Another car with huge mod potential is the Octavia, but I didn't want an automatic. By the way, the Swift's USP was no speed alarm, but in the Polo, it's quite easy to remove. Reason number 2. This year is all about EVs as mainstream brands like Hyundai and Maruti Suzuki enter the mass market electric car segment with Tata Motors launching more electric cars. To detox from driving EVs, I needed something raw and unadulterated, and the Polo is just that. Reason number 3. Lack of electronics. ADAS is good for most drivers, but not for car enthusiasts who want total control. This car has no ADAS, no traction control, no ESP either. It's just pure driving feel. Reason number 4, it's a global Volkswagen product. My daily driver happens to be a Skoda Slavia 1.5 DSG, and I can tell you with full confidence that the AC in this car is far more effective than the AC in Skoda Volkswagen 2.0 cars. Reason number 5, the engine. The Polo has been powered by 8 different engines in India, but it's this, the 1 litre TSI, which is the best engine to power the Indian Polo because this engine is a gem. Don't write it off because it's a 3-cylinder. It also won the International Engine of the Year award, and the tuning potential is insane. A simple tune can take this to 150 horsepower and a bigger turbo takes this to 200 horsepower. Proper pocket rocket! Even in stock form, it's no slouch. I remember doing 212 km per hour in the Volkswagen Taigo, which is a heavier car with a lower tune of 95 horsepower. This car has 110 horsepower and it goes from 0 to 100 km per hour in just 9.4 seconds, which is very quick. Reason number 6. This is more of a car than an electronic device. With more focus on driving fun, the Polo is engaging to drive. Handling is very good as body roll is very well contained here. The steering is just amazing, has good amount of feel and feedback, and even though the suspension is on the stiffer side, the ride quality is quite impressive here. The brakes could be better though because they are not sure-footed as such. I love the analog dials on the cluster, physical buttons on the center console, and twisting the key to turn on the car is more satisfying than pressing a button. Things here are more old school, unlike new cars which focus more on gadgetry than driving feel. It's not that the Polo doesn't have unique features. All 4 power windows can be rolled down with a touch of a button on the key. A feature Kia is advertising in 2025, something the Polo did in 2010. Reason number 7. No hatchback offers this level of build quality. The headlight switch feels robust. The boot opening mechanism of pushing the VW logo is very unique. And the doors, they shut with a reassuring thud. This car feels like a tank. It's also safe unlike most hatchbacks, and the resale for the Polo is crazy. So I might not lose money on this purchase. What the hell, with the mods planned, I sure am going to lose money on this build. In short, they don't make cars like these anymore, but the Polo has its flaws. Like the 6.5-inch touchscreen is small and monochromatic and just feels dull. Apple CarPlay is wired, there are no USB-C ports, and the rear seat lacks space. Heck, the center passenger doesn't get a head either. Other problems include a front center armrest which rattles a lot because of the plastic part, the rear door pockets which are absolutely useless, and the boot which is very small. In fact, it's so small that Volkswagen couldn't give it a full-size spare wheel. The interior on the whole is just dated, but I like the black cabin as it feels sporty. Okay, story time, and I'm sure most of you will be able to relate. A few months back, I drove the Honda Civic Type R in Dubai. Oh my god, this was a better launch. Come on! Oh yes, we are faster here. 6 seconds to go from 0 to 100 km per hour. I loved that car so much that I decided to shift to Dubai just to be able to buy that car. I mean, just listen to it. But then I came to my senses, realizing that it isn't possible to shift to Dubai, and hence I decided that I will build something that offers so much fun but in India. And that is why I decided to modify this Polo to make it go faster, sound nicer, handle tighter and look better. I have already ordered the parts and can't wait to show you what I do with my project Polo. If you have any suggestions, do leave them in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.